Have you ever wondered why the greatest victories often come after the hardest struggles? This is the story of a young traveler named Kael, who set out to climb a mountain that no one else dared to attempt. The villagers called it the Mountain of Silence, not because it was peaceful, but because those who tried to climb it never returned. Kael was not the strongest. He was not the fastest. He was not even the most experienced. But he carried something the others did not. A fire inside that whispered, "Keep going." When Kael first stood at the base of the mountain, he felt fear. The peak was hidden in clouds. The path was jagged and cruel. The winds howled like wolves circling prey. Voices inside his head told him to turn back. It's impossible. You'll never make it. Why suffer when you can stay comfortable? But Kael ignored them, tightened his boots, gripped his staff, and began to climb. At first, the journey was not so bad. The sun was shining, the path was steady, and his heart was full of energy. But mountains do not reveal their cruelty at the bottom. The higher he went, the more merciless it became. Rocks tore at his hands. The cold cut through his skin. His legs trembled under exhaustion. Food grew scarce. Water froze in his flask. And the silence of the mountain was louder than any scream. Many times, Kael collapsed to the ground. He wanted to give up, to lie down and let the mountain win. But then he remembered why he started. He remembered the faces of those who told him he couldn't do it. He remembered the voice that whispered, "Prove them wrong." He remembered that the top was not just a place, it was freedom. So he pushed on. Even when his body screamed, he moved one step at a time. On the seventh night, a storm came. Lightning split the sky. Rain battered his body. Every inch of him wanted to surrender, but Kael found shelter beneath a ledge. Shivering and broken, he thought, "If I stop here, I'll never know how close I was." And when the storm passed, he rose again. Weak, scarred, but alive. Days blurred together. His clothes were torn, his boots falling apart, his face carved by wind and frost. Yet every time he looked up, he saw the clouds shift, revealing more of the peak. It was still far away, but it was there, calling him. As Kael climbed higher, the air grew thin. Every breath burned like fire in his chest. But instead of despair, he felt something strange. Power. Not in his muscles or lungs, but in his spirit. The mountain was no longer his enemy. It was his teacher. Every hardship shaped him. Every fall forged him. Every scar turned him into something stronger. On the 12th day, he reached a cliff so sheer it seemed impossible. The path ended. The only way forward was straight up. Kael's arms trembled as he pulled himself higher. His fingers bled, his grip slipped, and more than once he nearly fell. But with each pull, he told himself, "One more. Just one more." 1 became 10. 10 became 100. Until finally he pulled himself over the edge, collapsing against the snow. Finally, after weeks of struggle, Kael reached the last ridge. The final stretch was the steepest. The rocks were sharp, the wind screamed like 1,000 voices, but Kael no longer feared pain. He welcomed it. With a roar, he pulled himself higher, hand over hand, until he stood at the very peak. And then silence. Not the silence of death, but the silence of peace. From the top, the village below looked like a tiny speck. The struggles, the doubts, the storms, all far behind him now. He had done what no one else dared to do, not because he was the strongest or the fastest, but because he refused to quit. The mountain had not broken him, it had revealed him. And Kael finally understood the truth. The peak was never the reward. The reward was becoming the person strong enough to reach it. Life is full of mountains. Some are tall, some jagged, some will push you to your very limits. But every mountain is not there to destroy you. It's there to transform you. The struggle you face today is shaping the strength you'll need tomorrow. So when the path feels impossible, when the storm rages, when every part of you screams to quit, remember Kael. Remember the mountain of silence. And remember this: it's not the mountain you conquer, it's yourself. Keep climbing, keep fighting, keep going. Because your peak is waiting.